Okay, hi everyone. Okay, in this video we are going to perform operations involving laws of indices. Okay, this is the question from textbook Form 3 Mind Test 1.2J page 41. Okay, we are going to do operation involving laws of indices. Okay, what are the laws of indices? You can refer your textbook. Okay, at the end of the chapter you have the concept map. Okay, these are the laws of indices that you learn in this chapter. Okay, A is the base, N is index. Okay, this is index form. A to the power of N is equals to A times A times A times A N times, and then example here, 5 to the power of 4 is equals to 5 times 5 times 5 times 4 times, and the multiplication of m times m times m times m times m here is equals to m to the power of 5. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 times, so m to the power of 5. And then you have the laws about the multiplication. Okay, when multiply numbers with the same base, okay, the index you plus. When divide the number with the same base, the index you minus. And then you can raise, okay, the power of indices, okay, by multiplying the power inside bracket and outside bracket. Okay, and for any base inside, okay, you must multiply with the index. Okay, the index inside, okay, for each base, okay, inside the bracket you must multiply with the index outside the bracket. So a power m here multiply with p, a power n also multiply with p. If here is b, also you need to multiply the power. Okay, and then you have fractional index. Okay, fractional index you can write in 4 form, 1 2 3 4. Okay, and then you have negative indices. For negative indices you must know how to convert it to positive index, and then convert positive index to negative index. Okay, and zero index is any number to the power of 0 is equals to 1. These are the laws that you learn in this chapter. So you are going to solve, okay, you are going to perform the operation involving the laws of indices that you learn. Okay, this is the question from textbook. I'm not going to discuss all questions, so I'll select question C, question B here, and question 3 to discuss. Okay, okay, for question 1C, okay, this is the question. Okay, how to perform calculation, okay, for this. Okay, you see that here got square root. Okay, square root, okay, you can write in fractional indices. So everything inside the square root you must put inside bracket. 25 x cube y z square to the power of, okay, you can write square root in fractional indices because the root is 2, so 1 over 2, and then times 4x square z, and then over, okay, same goes for the denominator. Here you have square root, so you can write inside bracket 36 x power 5 y z power 8 inside bracket, and to the power of 1 over 2, okay, 1 over 2, okay, because this is square root. And then when you have numbers inside bracket, okay, all multiply, right? Okay, so and then you have power outside bracket, so you can raise the power, okay, by multiplying the the index number. Okay, so but you see 25 here. 25 can be written as number in base 5, right? So 5 square. Okay, and then 5 square here to the power of 1 over 2. Okay, so you must multiply with 1 over 2. And then you have x power 3. X power 3 also is to the power of 1 over 2. So you must multiply 1 over 2. Y, this is power 1. So y power 1 also times 1 over 2. And then z power 2 times 1 over 2. Okay, so for this bracket, okay, you expand it, become like this. And then for the number at the back, 4, okay, 4 can be simplified into base 2 square, or if you don't want to simplify also can. If you don't want to simplify also can, you can write as 4 and then x square z. Okay, you just copy, okay, and then over, okay, please use ruler, too long. And then this is 36. 36 can be written as 6 square, then x, okay, sorry, times, okay, times 1 over 2. Okay, why I multiply 1 over 2? Because 36 is inside this bracket. Okay, 6 square to the power of 1 over 2. Okay, and then we have x power 5 also times 1 over 2, y power 1 times 1 over 2, z to the power of 8 times 1 over 2. Okay, so please write carefully because, okay, there are too many fractions there. Okay, and there are too many numbers. Okay, so don't do careless mistake. Okay, you see this number 5 to the power of 2 times 1 over 2, right? Okay, so you can solve 2 times 1 over 2 is 1. Okay, so 5 power 1. And then x to the power of 3 over 2. And then y to the power of 1 over 2. Okay, z to the power of 2 times 1 over 2 is 1. Okay, and then times 4x square z divide. Okay, this is 6. 6, 2 times 1 over 2. 6 to the power of 2 times 1 over 2. So it is 6 power 1. And then x to the power of 5 times 1 over 2 is 5 over 2. And then you have y to the power of 1 over 2. And then z to the power of 8 times 1 over 2 is 4. Okay. Now, okay, for the number, okay, you solve the number 5 times 4 over 6. And then for the variable here, okay, the variable, the same base, okay, you use the law of indices for multiplication and division. Okay, first you look at x to the power of 3 over 2. Okay, multiply x power 2. So for multiplication you must plus the index, and you also have x, okay, below, that's mean divide x power 5 over 2. So for division you minus the index, okay, 5 over 2. Okay, so for x, okay, settle. And then for y to the power of, okay, it is power 1 over 2. Okay, multiply, okay, at the back here you don't have y, so no operation here, but has divide y to the power of 1 over 2, right? So minus 1 over 2. And then next we have z. Okay, z to the power of 1. Okay, times 4x square z, right? Okay, z here also is power 1, so plus 1. Okay, and then minus 4. Okay. Okay, after that, you solve the number. 5 times 4 is 20 over 6. And then x to the power of, okay, you solve this. Okay. Don't scared with the fraction. Okay, you can use calculator. Okay. 3 over 2 plus 2 minus 5 over 2 is equals to 1. So x power 1. Okay. If it is power 1, you don't have to write any number here. Okay. And then y to the power of 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2 is power 0. If it is power 0, you must write power 0. If it is power 1, you don't have to write. Okay. And then z to the power of 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Okay, so now equals to, you simplify 20 over 6. Okay, you simplify 20 over 6. You press 20 divide 6 equals, okay, press shift and then fraction, 10 over 3. So this is 10 over 3. For x, it is power positive 1, so you put here beside 10. Y power 0 is equals to 1, so you don't have to write. Okay, remember, any number power 0 is equals to 1, so you don't have to write y power 0 anymore. And then z to the power of negative 2. Okay, because this is negative, so you must put here. Okay, you must write in positive form, so you must move it to the you move down. Okay, move down. Okay, so z square. So the answer for question 1C is 10x over 3z square. Okay, now we look at question 2B. Okay, calculate the value of each of the following. So that's when you must find the value. Okay, question number 2B. Okay, I'll discuss question 2B. Okay, this is the question. So how you solve this? Okay, you see that this got bracket and you have base 5 and base 3 here. So you must write as 5 to the power of negative 3 times 1 over 3. Okay, because the power inside bracket and the power outside bracket you must multiply. And then you have times 3 power 6. And then also times 1 over 3. And then you have multiplication, you multiply here. Okay, multiply 4th root 16. Okay, so 4th root 16 you can write in fractional indices, and 16. Okay, 16 you can simplify. Okay, so 16 you know that it is 4 times 4, right? 4 times 4. That means it is 4 square. Sorry, 4 times 4. This is 4 square. Okay, but you can simplify 16 into smaller base. Okay, you can divide 16 by 2, right? Okay, so 2 to the power of, okay, you can try an error using calculator. You try 2 power 2 is 4, right? Okay, 2 square is 2. Okay, you can try an error. And then 2 power 3 is 8. 2 power 4 is 16. So this is 16, guys. So you can write 16 as number in base 2 2 to the power of 4. And don't forget, you have fourth root. Okay, you have fourth root. Fourth root can be written in fractional indices. You write bracket to the power of 1 over 4. This is 1 over 4 because it is fourth root. Kalau tadi square root 1 over 2. Cube root 1 over 3. This is fourth root, so it is 1 over 4. And then divide 125. Okay, so 125 can be written in base 5. 125 can divide by 5, right? And here you can see that the question use base 5. So actually 125 can be written in base 5. So you try and error. Okay, to get 25 is 5 to the power of 3. No, sorry. 5 to the power of 3. Okay, 125. Okay, so my first try is correct. Okay, this is try and error method. Okay, if you know how to find if you know how to find the index for base 5 for number 125, you can straight away use the method. Okay, but okay, I'm using the try and error method using calculator. Okay, so 125 is 5 cube, and then this is inside bracket, right? Outside bracket you got negative 1 over 3, so you must multiply it with negative 1 over 3, and then 729. Okay, 729 can divide by 3, right? 729 can divide by 3, and it can be written in base 3. So you try an error. Okay, because the number is big, so I try 3 power 4. Oh no, 81. So I must choose higher number, 3 power 5. 243. So cannot I choose higher number, 3 to the power of, let's say 8. Oh, too big. So I must make it small. Okay, 3 to the power of 7. No, 3 to the power of 6. Sorry, 3 to the power of 6. See, 3 to the power of 6 is 729. So I write times 3 to the power of 6, and don't forget times negative 1 over 3, and then we have 64. 64 can be written in base 2, but 2 to the power of what? Okay, you can try an error. 2 power 4 is 16, so 2 power 6 is 64. So this is 2 to the power of 6 times negative 1 over 3. So you can see that for the denominator, all numbers inside bracket, I must power with the index outside the bracket here. So all I multiply with negative 1 over 3, but I simplify the number to a smaller base. Okay, and then equals to, okay, we solve the numerator first. Negative 3 times 1 over 3 is negative 1, right? So 5 to the power of negative 1 times 3 to the power of 6 times 1 over 3. 6 times 1 over 3 is 2. Then times 2 to the power of 4 times 1 over 4. So you can cancel this. This is 2 to the power of 1. Okay, divide. Okay, 5 to the power of 3 times negative 1 over 3. So this is 5 to the power of negative 1. And then times 3 to the power of negative 2 times 2 to the power of negative 2. Okay, and then you can see that, okay, the numerator and denominator got same base. Okay, so you solve the number with same base only. I mean, you use the law of indices for division. Okay, 5 with 5, 3 with 3, 2 with 2. So 5 to the power of negative 1, divide 5 to the power of negative 1, so that's mean minus negative 1. Then times 3 square minus negative 2 times 2 power 1 minus negative 2 equals, okay, 5 to the power of negative 1 minus negative 1 is 0 times 3 to the power of 2 minus negative 2 is 2 plus 2, so it is 3 to the power 4 times 2 to the power of 1 minus negative 2 is 1 plus 2, so it is 3. Okay, don't forget that the question asks you to find the value, so this is not the answer. Okay, any number power 0 is equal to 1, so 5 to the power of 0 is 1 times, okay, 3 to the power of 4. Okay, 3 to the power of 4 equals 81, and 2 to the power of 3. 2 to the power of 3 equals to 8. Okay, and then you solve. 1 times 81 times 8 is equals to 648. Okay, so the answer for question 2B is 648. Okay, next we continue with question number 3. This is the question. Okay, given that m is equals to 2, n is equals to negative 3, calculate the value of, okay, 64 to the power of m over 3 times 512 to the power of negative 1 over n divide 81 to the power of n over 2m. Okay, so you see big number here. Okay, 64. Okay, in your mind you must set, okay, 64 can be simplified into smaller base. 512 also can be simplified to smaller base. 81 also can be simplified into smaller base. Okay, you can calculate, okay, what is the suitable base, or you can use try and error method using calculator. Okay, so to solve this question, okay, I rewrite 64 to the power of m over 3. M is 2, so I write 2 over 3. Okay, I substitute the value of m and n inside the equation. Inside the operation here. And then 512 to the power of bracket negative 1 over negative 3. And then divide with 81 to the power of negative 3 over 2 bracket 2. Okay, when you write the index, okay, of a number here, make sure it is smaller and higher. Okay, don't write index form as mixed number. Okay, if you put 64 to the power of 2 over 3 like this, it become mixed number. Okay, wrong. You must write it higher and smaller. Okay, it is just a reminder. Okay, so I'll continue. Okay, equals to, okay, 64 can be written in smaller base. Okay, so you can try. 64 is, okay, 2. You can divide it by 2, right? 64 divide 2 equals to 32. Divide 2 equals to 16. Divide 2 equals to 8. Divide 2 equals to 4. Divide 2 equals to 2. Divide 2 is equals to 1. This is repeated division method. Okay, you must calculate how many times you divide 2. Or you can use try and error method. You try 2 to the power of 4, you know it is 16, right? So must be higher. 2 to the power of 5. Okay, no, 2 to the power of 5 is 32. If you always do question like this, actually you can remember. Okay, when you look at the number, you automatically know that the number is equals to 2 to the power of what. Okay, but okay, during okay, while you study, okay, you may take some time to remember, so you must do a lot of practice. Okay, so this is not 2 to the power of 5. You try 2 to the power of 6, 64. So 2 to the power of 6. Okay, 2 to the power of 6. Don't forget to write the 2 over 3 there. Okay, so you can straight away multiply 2 over 3 and then times 512. Okay, so 512 is number in base what? Okay, also can divide by 2, right? So you, because this is greater than 64, so the power must be higher than 6. Okay, so you try 2 to the power of, let's say, 7, 128. 2 to the power of 8, 256. 2 to the power of 9. Sorry, 2 to the power of 9. Yes, 2 to the power of 9. So you write 2 to the power of 9, okay, times with, okay, negative and negative here become positive. So 1 over 3. Divide with 81. 81, 81. So 81 can be written in base 2. Can or not? Okay. You can try. 2 to the power of 6 is 64. So 2 to the power of 7 is 128. More than 81 already. So 81 cannot be written in base 2. Okay. So try 3. 3 to the power of, let's say, 3 to the power of 3 is 27. 3 to the power of 4 equals to 81. So 81 is 3 to the power of 4. 3 to the power of 4 times, okay, negative 3, okay, over 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so this is the number. Okay, and then we continue 2 to the power of 6 times 2 over 3. Okay, this one you can straight away use calculator. 2 times 2 over 3. Sorry, 6 times 2 over 3. Okay, equals to 4. Okay, so 2 to the power of 4. And then times 2 to the power of 9 times 1 over 3. Okay, equals to 3. And then divide 3 to the power of 4 times negative 3 over 4. Okay, so it becomes 3 to the power of negative 3. Okay, this is negative indices, right? Okay, for the negative indices, it's better if you can change it to positive indices. But for number in base 2 here, okay, this is same base, right? Same base, you can solve 2 to the power of 4 plus 3. Okay, this is plus because multiply. Then divide with, okay, the negative indices, negative 3 here, you can switch, okay, you can convert it to positive indices. Okay, remember the formula. This one you can refer this. Okay, negative indices, you can change it become 1 over a to the power of n. Okay, so this is actually 1 over 3 power 3. Okay, so equals to 2 to the power of 7. Okay, divide, okay, for fraction, okay, you change it to multiply and then 3 cube, and then you solve. 2 power 7 is okay, you can use calculator. 2 to the power of 7 equals 128. So you write 128. okay, times 3 power 3. Okay, if you always do maths practice, you know 3 power 3 is equal to what. But if you don't know, you need to press calculator, or you times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so 3 times 3 times 3 is equals to 27. Okay, and then you solve 128 times 27 is equals to 3456. So this is the answer for question number 3. Okay, so I discuss 3 question from mind test 1.2G. Okay, I perform the operation involving the law of indices that we already learned. Okay, so that's all in this video. That's all for this video. Thank you.